Hi, my name is Brenda and I'm the director of When the Stars Align. It is a film about the first 3 Singaporean women who participated in Olympics. So I've always been very inspired by athletes who do whatever it takes to pursue their passion. When I look at the group of pioneers, sports pioneers in Singapore, I found out that the first 3 women who represented Singapore in the Olympics, they are still alive and they are in their 80s. And when I thought about it, I felt that I should take action and make a documentary for them, because if I don't do it, we may lose this part of history forever. The documentary is called When the Stars Align, simply because the stars mean these 3 women, because they're all interconnected, just like stars. The biggest challenge in this filmmaking journey was really to get all 3 to say yes to this documentary. They are in their 80s, and to them, they don't think that whatever they have gone through matters, and that they don't think that they deserve to be documented again. Initially, maybe we were meeting them at Kopitiam downstairs. Maybe we were talking over the phone first. But as we progressed and we met up with them time after time, they open up and they allow us to go into their home, to go to their kitchen and have a meal, have tea with them, and then they share with us some of their really deepest personal stories.
I first got to know about Yen's story through a newspaper article I read, and she was rescued as part of the Vietnamese boat people when she was very young by a Norwegian oil tanker, and she spends a bit of time in Singapore. After migrating to Australia, she's actually come back to Singapore. One of her plans was to meet the rescuers from the Norwegian oil tanker. I thought this would be a very interesting story to follow, because what would happen when she met her rescuer? And I think that's a very profound moment that really intrigued me, and I wanted to follow it more. This story has personal significance to me because my father, when he was young, he fled his country of Indonesia because of the turmoil in the country at the time. I know that Yen's family has gone through a lot, same as my family, so I could really feel that connection with her when we were doing the film, which made it even more significant actually. Well, meeting Yen was incredible because I could feel the gratitude that she has. She just wants to say thank you for him and the crewmates for giving them a second chance at life, and that was such a powerful moment.
Hi, my name is Joshua and I'm the director for Gift, the short film. Gift is a story about a hospice nurse and her relationship with a patient in his last days, and in fact she is closer to the patient than his family members. What inspired me was actually my own experience with my grandfather when he passed on. In his last days, he was hospitalized, and I was trying to put myself in the shoes of the nurses around him. A thought came to me. I was wondering how the nurses would cope with day-to-day encounters with death.
I think this film is about honor, as it shows us like the relationship between the patient and the nurse itself, and then it also shows everyone like how he's always looking forward to meet his daughter, who like at the end of the film actually kind of disappoint him. So the gift that he initially planned to give the daughter, he gave it to the nurse instead to honor her for whatever that she's done.
I think in society, ex-offenders or gangsters are always perceived as unruly, fierce, obnoxious. But there is also a gender and human side to them, and I thought that it was important to show that. I think in today's society, sometimes we can be very guarded or we put up a certain image. But when I met Leong and as I established a friendship with him, it was very candid and it was very authentic. And he was also very open and honest with his story and how he felt. And I felt like there were no sort of barriers, and I think that's one of the best ways to kind of work together on a documentary. So what was so unique about this whole process is that we not only did a film, but we actually also orchestrated a surprise. It was very moving to see Leong become very emotional. All these things that he wanted to say finally came out, and he was able to show his mom how he feels. So I think that for me was I felt very grateful and very happy for Ah Leong, and also felt like all the effort that my team kind of like put in was worth it.
Hi, my name is Lavanya and I'm the director of Tayil, which means stitches in Tamil. And Stitches is about the relationship between a son and his mother. The son is studying in secondary school and is constantly being tormented and bullied. And also about the mother who is a cleaner and how with the very little that she has, she tries to help him as much as she can. So the inspiration for this story was actually a cleaner who I have a very good rapport with in my area. And so one day, as I was walking towards her, I saw her like taking out the trash as usual, right? So when she was walking towards me, I realized that she was also crying. So it struck me then that what could it be that she was carrying in her heart that I do not see? So it's like the trash she was carrying was very metaphoric. So I was inspired by her. This film was also inspired by a secondary school friend who was constantly bullied. We were in the same school from primary school all the way to secondary school. And through our education life, he was constantly being bullied and things did not work out well with him after we graduated. So it was also my way of just thinking maybe like what could have been if he was not bullied. So as a filmmaker, I chose to do these films with topics that are very close to my heart, such as bullying, the relationships we have with our moms, and also I felt it was very important for me to shine a light on single parents and the struggles that they go through that we do not see. So in one way that this film is honor to me is that I chose to portray for a working class family, that something we do not always like see or always choose to talk about, or like, oh, there's poverty in Singapore, like, it makes us uncomfortable. So for me, choosing to make this film about a working class family, it's my way of honoring them.
Working with Honor Singapore has reminded me to do business in an honorable way. As a filmmaker, in order to make genuine stories about honor, I must exude it. And this is something that Honor Singapore constantly reminds me of.
To me, honor means being grateful and actually doing an action of thankfulness to whoever we are to honor, even if the person might be, our parents, father and mother, and they are supposed to do what they do. But to do that action, to feel that appreciation, is what it means to me.
Filmmaking can be a very powerful process, not just for myself, but also for the person that I'm documenting. Because in doing a documentary about their lives, it validates their journey of transformation, and it gives them the encouragement that they are actually on the right path.
So my mindset about honor shifted when I was making this film. In the beginning, I thought honor has to be like this really grand, scale, elaborate topic that we don't always see. But as I was making this film, I realized that honor can be found in everything, in a thank you, in a hug, in any gesture, if we let it be.
Honor means being grateful and appreciating like all the small things that happen to you, or maybe appreciating the people around you.
To me, honoring means to acknowledge and recognize anybody, including yourself and others.
For me, honor is to be transparent to people in our relationships, the people we meet in our daily lives every day. I think we don't just respect them, but we open our hearts to them and just try to be as honest and transparent as we can to them. That is the greatest honor for me.